Oh, I didn't turn on my tracking. Man, it has been a while. Oh yeah, hello Chris, hello. How you been? It's just me staring into your soul. These are the new colors. Okay, let me wait for... Okay, there we go. I'm alive. Hello everybody, it's been a little bit. Got a little, busy, you know. Got a little busy, got a new job finally, so I can get muns. It's really nice, I really like it there so far. Everyone is like super nice. Oh my gosh, she just like glitched out. But everyone is super nice, I really like it there. It was kind of nerve-wracking. I've had a lot of anxiety. I was just like really stressed about it because I don't ever... Oh, it's lagging. My tracking is lagging. But I have only ever had one job before this, and I had it for 5 years. And apparently 5 years at one job is a lot to some people. One of my coworkers that I met yesterday, they were like, they said, oh, I've been here for a year already. Oh, I don't like that. And I was just like, yeah, like, why it keeps lagging? I'm like, I don't know what to do about it. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can fix it by doing this. Still loading. That's really nice there. It's a store where we like sell kids' clothes and stuff. But it was definitely an interesting night yesterday. Someone left a diaper in our dressing room, so that was great. That was swell. Alright, maybe this will fix it. Alright. Oh, hang on, now it's not connecting. Okay. Hold on, just a moment. Okay, there we go. That's better. Alright. But it was really... Huh. That's weird. I don't know, on this end, in studio, it seems to be showing up seconds later. I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on with it. But yeah, so it's been interesting. Didn't think I'd do very well working with registers and like people, because I sometimes have a hard time. Kanashi or Karushi? Hello, how have you been? Hi. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. But I mean, I'm just surprised I've actually not been doing so bad. I learned how to work a register a lot more quickly than I thought. Considering there's like so much going on with the registers, I was like, oh my gosh. But the people there are really nice, and they've just been like really like patient and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, you've never used register, it's gonna take a little while, you know. I really like it there. Really nice people, really good job. And I work in a mall, so that's also really fun. Because we work in like shifts, so they're usually like small shifts. Puma, hello. Hi, welcome. How you been? But oh yeah, it's really fun working in a mall, because like on my break I can just like walk down to somewhere else and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this for a little while. So far, because I only have small shifts, I only get like a 15-minute break. Oh, that's good. I hope whatever happened, things get better. Yes, I hope so. Let me see something. purring. I don't know if the mic picked it up. Yeah, it's kind of weird streaming again. It's been a little while. I've wanted to be more active on the channel, but got a little busy, you know. Have a job now, which it's nice that it's part-time too, because I could still dedicate time to the channel. But for a little while, I wasn't as on top of things, so I was still getting used to that and all, but it's been nice. It's been nice. Oh, there's something else I wanted to tell you. Oh, I just changed up my colors for this stream. I just like the way it looks. I like mint. It's like a nice color. I think it goes pretty well with the pink. I'm cotton candy now. I'm no longer grape yogurt. Or am I? I love having toggles. I love them so much. I love being able to just change my colors like that. The only thing is, if I'm typing, I have to turn my toggle off, because then all this stuff will start happening. Like, if I do Shift L, my, like, janky Luna cosplay will pop up, because I did, like, a... Oh, wait, crap. Hang on. I forgot that was, like, a toggle for one of my scenes. My janky Luna cosplay. Oops, I forgot. I'm this color now. But yeah. I love playing around with my toggles. But, oh my god. Oh. But yeah, so that's all been going on. There was so much more I wanted to tell you, and I, like, forgot all of it. Oh, I went fishing the one weekend. I went fishing the one weekend for the first time. I really like fishing. We don't go too much. Purple and white? Oh, you mean like this? I still really like that look. It's gonna be my main look. I still like how it looks. This is just a different one for now. Just for like this stream. Maybe here and there. But yeah. Fishing is really nice. We saw a lot of little fish. We saw some big fish too. Apparently they were not catfish, but they were pretty big, and I remember the one swam by my hook the one time, and I was like, oh, and I missed it. Yeah. Like, yeah, she was surprised. And I was like, oh. And I mean, it's something that I'm kind of used to, like in the sense that my mom also, let's just say she's been with the company for a lot more than 5 years. Because I mean, like, benefits is like a bigger sort of company type of thing. Well, not like big, but it's like, you know, pretty well known. But yeah, she's worked there for like, I think more years than I've been alive, honestly. So, I mean, I thought it was completely normal until I started asking her, like, what? No. I've only been here for like a year or something. I'm like, wow. I am the odd one out. Oh, excuse me. Oh, hang on, the manager wants out. So yesterday at work, so I was checking out this lady, and she had good morning everyone. How are you today? I'm fine, thanks. Oh my gosh. I wish I were a bird. I love that video. But and she had, I think, 2 children, and I felt so bad for her because they were running around and like they were like, "Mommy, I want this" and stuff, and she was trying to like get them to behave, and she was like, "No," she's like, "No," and then she like turned back to me, and she's like, "Oh, they think I have all this money," and I'm like, I didn't know what to say. I'm not sure how to deal with those kinds of situations. And this lady also was checking out a good bit of stuff. "Oh, I'll see you when you get back." And she was checking out like a lot of stuff too. I had to fit it into 2 big bags. And so just on top of that, it was a long checkout type of thing, and I felt so awkward. And then she was telling me something I couldn't understand what she meant, because she had sort of like an accent, and I didn't know what she meant, and I felt bad. And I was like, "Oh." And when I finally got her checked, she almost left. Like, she almost was like, "You know what, we'll just come back another day." And I almost had to void the entire transaction. I was like, "Oh, okay," and I almost did it, and then she ended up signing, and she kept going, because I guess the kids started behaving again. The one kid tried to walk behind the counter, and then she was like, "No, get back here." And I was just sitting here like, oh my gosh. Like, I've worked in retail, but like, not like at a register like that, or like more around people. I was like sometimes out in the retail area, but it wasn't like my main thing. I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Like, but eventually we got them all checked out, everything was good. And I remember at one point I glanced over, and like, the one manager was there watching. And then afterwards she came back and she was like, "Oh, would you like to take your break?" And I was like, "Yes, please." Yes, please. Because I mean, there's so many people who are probably like, "Oh, you know, that's not so bad," you know. Maybe people who have worked longer in retail than I have. But that was like my first, like, this is my first job where I've experienced more working with people like that. I've worked with people before, but not on like such a scale where it's like, you know, constant for the most part. And it was just, so it was kind of a lot, you know, for the first time, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do in this situation? But it ended up being good. All my coworkers are super nice. It's great. I love it there. Plus I can walk down and get pretzels, because our mall has an Auntie Anne's, but I feel like most malls do. I freaking love Auntie Anne's. But it's also pricier than I remember. I remember looking at the app the one time, it was like $5 for a pretzel, and I was like, alright, cool. And I like budgeted for that. And then I went up to the one thing, and I could have swore, I have like crappy eyesight, but I could have swore it said like 4 something, and I was like, oh, so the cup is cheaper. And then when it rang up, it was like 6 something, I was like, oh, okay. And I still got it, because I was really hungry, and I didn't eat like soon enough before my shift, so when it was over I was like, I'm so hungry. And like the half a bag of like chips wasn't working. Oh, but that reminds me, I went down to the Japanese store and they had like new flavors of chips, like scallop and stuff, and I was like, ooh, that actually sounds pretty good. And I got some, they are really good. They're so good. And then I went to get water yesterday. The Japanese store is like a straight shot down from where I work. So I was like walking down there. First I went to the bathroom, and then I was walking all the way back over. And then by the time I got there, it was almost time to get back from my break, from all the walking and stuff. And it was closed, and I was like, I can't get water. And I know it's like you could have gone to any restaurant to see where they have water, but like, I tend to like go to the same few places if I know that's where I can get stuff. And I'm too nervous to like go somewhere and then they're like out, or like it's kind of pricey for the water. Like, it makes me like, so I usually go to the same places because I know the price and I know that they usually have what I need. But it was closed, and I was like, well, no water. Oh, hang on, the manager wants in. Ooh, she's meowing. And that's what Zoe has to say on the matter. Oh yeah, I remember. Other news, my main USB broke the other day because I tripped and fell. Because, okay, when I wake up in the morning, I have to, like, sit there for a second. Otherwise, my balance is awful. Like, I'll get up and start trying to walk around, and I'll be like, like, you'd almost think I was drunk or something. And freaking, I tripped and fell on my butt. And I guess I, like, swung my arm out to try to catch myself. But I guess, like, in the moment, you know, you can't think very quickly while you're falling. And I tried to, like, grab my my computer to catch myself. And I guess I slapped it, and it, like, I remember just, like, sitting there after I fell, and I was like, huh. And then I was like, huh, I hope my computer's okay. And I was like, oh, my computer's okay. Oh, but my USB isn't. It was, like, crooked. But luckily, the actual circuit board is intact. So the data, I still have my data. I just have to get, like, I'm not even gonna bother with the casing. I'm just gonna get a freaking, one of those adapters. You can get them from, like, Walmart. And I don't know how to solder, so I'm gonna just tape it there and hope for the best. I mean, apparently it works. I remember I was, like, poking around Reddit to see if that works, and so I was like, yeah, I just got one of those adapters and, like, taped it there because I didn't know how to solder, and it worked. So as long as they're making contact with the, like, little metal contact, so I was like, alright, I guess I'll do that. But yeah, I like busted my butt trying to get up in the morning, and I was like, wow, I just wanted to go to the bathroom. So, I mean, it sucked, but I didn't, at the end of the day, I still have the data. I just have to get the adapter for it, so could have been worse. I have so many programs saved on there, and I always forget to make backups on it, so that's a lesson learned. Like, I'm so bad at remembering to back things up. Like, I remember at one point I had an old USB that went, like, raw. Like, legit, I was just running a program, and then the program crashed, and it was like a pop-up that was like, oh, a fatal error. And then it just said raw drive, and all of the data was corrupted, and I was like, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. And luckily, I had, like, a file recovery software that I'd ended up getting, and it was able to recover some stuff, but it also, like, some stuff was just beyond recovery, and I was like, oh my gosh, this sucks. You know? So I really need to remember to make more backups. Even if it takes a while, I can just leave it running in the background. I'm not very good with it. Yeah, like, I have some things, like, backed up everywhere. But it's, like, things that are not important. Like, a folder of my favorite Vines from when Vine was popular. That's, like, something that's everywhere, because I'm like, if I lose these, I literally cannot get them back ever. So I have them backed up in so many different places. But yeah, it's, like, never anything super duper important. Unfortunately. Like, let me see, I have, like, a backup from, like a really old backup. Like, I had an extra USB, but it doesn't have a whole lot of storage, so I can't back up my whole drive on it. I'm, like, so surprised. I have lost, like, 2, maybe 3 drives, and this, like, drive that my mom got me on Amazon for my tech, my information systems tech class, has lasted ever since. She got this in, like, 2016. It's been, like, 8 years, and the drive is still going. Now watch, it probably jinxed it by saying that, but it's like this, like, Despicable Me. It's like a unicorn, except it's so old that the tail and horn fell off. It has survived more than the other ones that I've gotten. I don't know how that's possible, but it has. I don't even... Here, let me see what my old backup has. Let's see if any of it's important. It'll be like videos and, like, doopy stuff. Let's see. A games folder, and it only has one thing, and it's a Friday Night Funkin' mod, so more vines. Literally 3 pictures. Let's see. More vines. Like, I have 2 backups of the vines because why not? And that's like it. Oh wait, no. There's also this thing I like to use called portable apps. It's like made to run on flash drives, and I used to use it in school because, you know, like schools would have like blocks on certain things, even in high school. You know. Oh, Big Meg, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And friggin' oh yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a sec. But basically, you know, like schools would have blocks on stuff, and I would basically run portable apps because they would give you these laptops to take home. Like the school, everyone had a laptop, and so I would go home and like load up some stuff on the portable apps, and then I take them. And it's not like anything, like I wasn't over here trying to like hack or anything. Like, no, I just put games and stuff on it so I could run it off my drive. Man, that reminds me, oh my gosh, I remember in like freaking middle school, I'd bring my 3DS and they had like laptops, because like we had something called like, I think it was called like Star or something, and it was like basically do your homework, catch up on work, and if you don't have any, just sit around the whole time. I don't know. They'd let you use like laptops, and I remember I would like bring my 3DS. I would like bring my 3DS with me, and I would put the SD card in and like put some songs on it. I would put songs on it, and then I would play like the little song games on my 3DS, like the little spaceship game and stuff, and like the sound player thing. That brought back so many memories. No, I'm not a hacker. I put the games on the flash drive. Oh, but that reminds me, in that tech class I was talking about, there was this kid that actually got kicked out of the school because he was messing around with stuff. And I guess he made some sort of code so that whenever someone on that computer would click on Google Chrome, it would just shut the computer down. And he thought he was kind of slick. Like, I guess he thought he was slick doing it. But I wonder if our teacher had that sort of program where he could see what everyone was doing. Because he seemed like really quick to realize that something was going on. And I feel like I remember a student that maybe was borrowing the computer. Was like, I don't know, it just keeps shutting down and stuff. And he was like, huh. And then he waited to do anything until the kid that usually uses the computer came back. And freaking, I remember he was working on it. He must have exited out of it while the teacher was walking by. But he already knew at that point that, hey, this is the kid messing around. And I remember him being like, get up, I need to talk to you, like type of thing. And I was like, oh snap. And then I ended up finding out they kicked him out because he, like the entire school, not just the class, because he was low-key like hacking and like messing around with code, like just generally doing stuff that wasn't any good. And you know, understandably they didn't want him escalating anything else with school property, so they're like, yeah, no, you're out of here. Oh, hang on, the manager wants out again. I used to really like portable apps and stuff. I actually wonder if I have anything loaded up on there, on my old backup, because I never actually opened up the folder. Let's see what we got. Composer. Oh wow! I actually have an app that they removed at some point. It's like to make basic HTML websites. But like, I straight up thought they got rid of this. Hang on, I'm making a copy of this. Let me see. Like, straight up, I thought they just got rid of this. And I know it's probably like because nobody uses basic HTML as much anymore or something. I don't know. I don't know much about that stuff, even though I was in a tech trade. But I'm like, I had been looking for it for like ever. So to find it on an old backup, I'm like, oh yeah, heck yeah. Oh, Chameleon. Okay, so Chameleon was like my favorite browser. I would run my own personal browser from my drive because I was like, a part of me, I guess, was kind of like, I have a different browser and you don't. I don't know. I like the idea that my browser wasn't like a normal browser. But also, there was a workaround for YouTube. I think at some point you weren't allowed to access anything but like educational YouTube. Like they set it up that way. Though a lot of people found a workaround for it and were also like, hey, they didn't block gaming YouTube. So like, I mean, if you want to watch gaming, but eventually they patched that loophole. But Chameleon, I was able to watch YouTube videos through like the way it shows the video, like you can just watch it in the like box without clicking on YouTube. And for like a long time that workaround was working and I was like and then they eventually figured that out somehow because it stopped working. Oh my goodness. But yeah, oh my gosh, I used to love this one. It probably needs so many updates. And it like runs DuckDuckGo. I have it open right now, I'm kind of curious. Wait, let me go on. Oops, I clicked out of it. But like, loading stuff up on my flash drive, I was able to bring like a lot of stuff to school. Like my own browser. Not a bad browser. Like, I just loaded up a website. It took a little longer than Brave or like Chrome or anything, but still very good, I must say. Oh, hello, Jordy. Welcome. Nice. That reminds me, I used to go to that, I think I've told you about the after school program that I had went to, but I'm not entirely sure. It was like tutoring and they had like their own like, it was like school but after school, but like, you didn't learn about math or anything, I don't think. I think you just got like, you would do your homework and then they had like gym and then they also had like their version of like a trade class. Goodness, my brother's upset. Oh, hello, Doug. Welcome back. What was I saying? Oh, yes. But something I had learned was that during that after school program thingamabobber, they unblocked, like, they kind of lowered the restrictions on a lot of the blocks. So we were allowed to, like, go unrestricted on YouTube and stuff. Which is pretty fun. Like, I was in a robotics class for that after school program, and all they had the budget for was like building a Lego Mindstorm robot. But the thing is, they only had one type, and once everyone was done, they were like, okay, well, now what? And then we'd legit just watch videos and play music on the giant, like, projector screen. So that was, like, really fun. It was really fun. And, like, they were like, well, alright, time for new clubs. And we were, like, so scared they were gonna close down robotics. They're like, no, I mean, there's a lot of students who were in different clubs that didn't get to do robotics, you know? And I ended up staying in robotics because I really liked how, like, it was such a fun vibe. And they were like, well, if you want to, yeah, you can stay. We're not gonna stop you. I remember the one time I was jelly, though, because there was, like, a movies club. And they just watched movies, and the one time robotics was closed because I think the teacher was like sick or something, or was like out. and we went to their club. And we went in there, they had like pizza and everything. Like they brought in pizza. I was like, man. I mean, the pizza was good, but I still liked robotics better. Because we could watch so much more of the movies. Like, this is making me nostalgic about school. Like, I remember the last day of school, and like, I went in middle school class, and I remember, like, my math teacher, I think it was like my last year in middle school, she was so sweet. She was this sweet older lady, and she had like a little caramel candy in her closet that she kept stocked up, and I think if you got like questions right or something, she'd give you one, and she was so sweet. I liked her. On the last day of school, she gave me some caramel candy. They're like those really soft little cubes. I love those. I'm not as much a fan of caramel now because I don't like how it feels in my teeth and stuff. It's like, can't get it out so well. But she was so nice. And I remember the one time they had a pizza party for us in there. And I remember watching like the Polar Express in music class. It was like so fun. There's some things about school that I do miss. Some things, like, at the time I hated it, but looking back, like for instance, middle school, I really liked middle school. Like, I remember I was watching this video, and I think it might have been The Odd Ones Out, and he's like, nobody likes middle school. Everyone had a bad time in middle school, and I was like, no, like, no one likes 7th grade, he said. Like, everyone had a bad time in 7th grade, and I'm just like, actually, 7th grade was my best year. Because it was like, I wasn't getting picked on that year, and I had the after school program, which really, like, it was really fun. It really helped, like, it definitely boosted my mood. I actually started looking forward to it every day. Yeah, there's some things I do miss. Like, I remember our middle school actually started doing this thing where they would, like, give us recess, like, every so often. They were to place like one of the classes, like some of the time would be spent having like a recess where we'd go outside. And I wonder if they still do that, because I remember it was very well received when it was happening by both students and teachers. And I remember at one point, I guess some of us kids were like poking around, and we found out that the school was growing blackberries and honeysuckle. And I guess they checked it out, and they were like, well, yeah, perfectly safe to eat, go ham. And they let us kids, like, pick the berries and eat the honeysuckle. It was so fun. I remember I had, like, a little pouch shaped like a cow that my mom gave me, and I would put berries in it. And I would fill it with berries. I felt like, you know, like, a little forager. I'm like, yes, I have my berries. I tried it with honeysuckle, but it didn't work so well because the honey would, like, dry out very quickly. But, like, I would fill it with berries, and I would just snack on them throughout the rest of the day. And I'd be like, Mom, look, you want a berry? She'd be like, no, thank you. And she would be like, you know, are you sure those are safe? And I'm like, yeah, the teachers checked it out. We're all allowed to eat them. And she's just like, I mean, alright. So every day I'd fill my little cow pouch with berries. And I remember after a while, I think I had, like, tossed it in, like, my toy bin. And then years later, I dug it up again, and of course I had to pitch it. I mean, it had old berry juice in it, and it'd been sitting around for years. But I was looking at it, I was like, man, the memories. Man. It was really fun, though. I wonder if we can go berry picking around here sometime. Ooh, I think we do have a place we can do that at. I'm gonna ask my parents to do that with me. I like berry picking. Used to live there is like a nice like farm you could go picking on. You had like berries, apples, all sorts of stuff. We went like once. I remember we got blueberries. I think we got strawberries. It was so nice. I miss berry picking and stuff. We should definitely do that, because there is like a small farm near us. It's like a small family farm. We've gone there a few times. It's really lovely there, and I think they do have facilities for that stuff. Like, I remember during Halloween they had a huge pumpkin patch, and we were just walking around because there was also like a corn maze. Oh, that reminded me. And then when we were there was like this poor little girl who I guess got separated from her parents with the corn maze, and I think at one point she walked up to us and was like, oh, have you seen like the parents and stuff? And my mom wanted to help them, and I think she did go with them. and we were just kind of walking around there, and she did eventually find, I think, her friend and then her parents, which was good. I can't imagine being that young and like you're in a cage, like not cage, but a maze, and you're like separated from your parents and you can't really find them because it's a maze, and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I'm just a kid. Oh, hang on, the manager wants back in again. Wait a second. Hi. Alright, she's done. She's done speaking. No berries. So this sounds fun, you know? If they have events there, it can still be pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, this place was kind of a drive away. Like, I don't remember it being super close, but I could be remembering it wrong. Okay, then my model's eye keeps wigging out. It doesn't seem to be rigged for, like, winking. But, like, I'll just be sitting here talking and her eye will go like, wee woo. It's kind of interesting. Like, I remember one of the free models that I had was rigged for winking. But I don't see many that I get. Oh, the manager treats? I'm not sure where I put them again. I keep misplacing them. Here, let me see if they're where I think they are. I'm gonna go mute for a sec. So if I fall down, you can't hear me. I found them. Your favorite treat? Alright, I grabbed the bag and she was like, "Rear," and then like I actually tried to shake the bag at her here and she was like, "No, you give me treat," and then I meow. Yes, you're like, "What?" Poof. Not here if I fall. Oh, it's aligned differently. Because I'm not in the middle of the screen. Where's the one where like I send? Oh, here it is. You may not hear me if I fall. So yeah, lots of stuff happening lately, but it's all good. I am excited to finally have like a job and like money. It'll be nice. I'll be able to pay my stuff and also get stuff. It'll be great. Very excited for it. And it'll have direct deposit. Like I know that's like, well, don't most jobs. But where I used to live, it was like a small business, so they didn't have direct deposit. And I remember at one point, I was like with my boss, and she was like, "Huh." She was like, "Huh, you know, I could do that. Maybe we should set up direct deposit." I was like, "Oh my gosh, is this happening? I don't have to go down to the bank and stuff anymore to cash my check." And then she was like, "Nah, I don't feel like it." And I was just over here like, how you gonna do me like this? Come on, do it, please." She did not do it. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. She didn't do it, guys. She said no. I love playing with my toggles. What else do I have? I always forget what I have. Oh, it's the snow one! Guys, it's Christmas! I don't have a tongue emote, so it can't look like I'm eating the snowflakes, but you know what I'm trying to do. Another nice thing about where I work is that there's a Cinnabon right across from where we are too. So I can just pop on over and be like, cinnamon bun. Our mall has a lot of nice stuff in it too. There's like a Chick-fil-A, there's like a boba place. It's kind of interesting when I have like early shifts to see the boba place empty. I don't know. Is boba good, you guys? I think we've talked about it before, but I don't remember. Is it good? Like, is the tapioca pearls, is it like jelly? Yeah, no, they didn't. They were like a small family business, so it was always like paper checks. But yeah, I will admit, like, it's definitely something that's a perk to having like a job at an actual sort of like retail chain. Is that there's direct deposit, so it's just in there and I don't have to worry about it. Because I can't tell you how many times, like, I would use things like, earn-in or like afterpay if I was a little short, because this is before I had a credit card. And I can't tell you how many times having direct deposit would have saved me from like overdraft fees. I can't tell you how many times that would have saved me. So when she was like, I don't feel like it, deep down inside I was like, you don't understand what you've just taken from me. Yeah, I've seen a lot of like jokes, but it's probably happened where people will like choke on pearls. Do the pearls get like sucked up the straw then? They're like small enough to go up into the straw? I might try some. Is it all like caffeinated? Do they have like decaf boba at all? It probably sounds so silly, but I don't know anything about boba. Cause like I don't do very well with caffeine. I feel like the texture of the tapioca pearls are like... I feel like they're the texture of like Orbeez, or like... We used to have these Nerf guns that had like these blue like jelly balls as like the bullets. I actually want to see about getting one of those. I used to love that thing. And you would just like fill up the... Like they're like these balls, like these, and then you put them in the water and they would just like turn and inflate to jelly ball things. Yeah, I also don't drink coffee. I'm not very good with coffee, unless it's like decaf. Oh, it's like tea. I forgot it was milk tea and not just like coffee. Maybe I'll try some sometime. I've always been kind of curious. Maybe I will sometime. And now that I have like a job at the mall, I can get there early enough before it gets like busy. Maybe I'll do that. Like our so basically at the jobs in there, I guess the managers aren't like allowed to just leave the store if there's not like another manager, someone in a manager position there. Like there has to be like 2 people of a manager position for one to leave. And I remember she was like, oh, can you go pick up this for me? And I was like, oh no, I don't know where it is. And then the one coworker showed me, and we were waiting there for like a freaking while before they were finally like, oh yeah, here it is. And they never like called out like the name for the order or anything. So we had no idea it was there, so we were waiting forever. And even like our boss was like kind of surprised. He was like, wait, that long? I just got some water, you know? Yeah, sometimes I get nervous talking about work stories because I'm like, what if low-key one of them happens across like my videos and stuff? Because you know, VTubing, I don't tell anyone about it, but like, can you imagine someone just happens to like come across it? Just be like, huh, that story sounds really familiar. Which one of them is it? And I'm just over here like, oh god, they know it's me. Like with my old work, I feel like, you know, I don't live over there anymore. It's probably fine. But at like the new job, I'm like, what if they find out? You know? Or like, what if I'm like playing around with VTube Studio one day and they come up behind me like, hey, what's that? And I'm like, oh gosh, what do I do? But I don't really play with VTube Studio in public unless I'm like with my family or something. But yeah, that's probably not really gonna happen, but you never know, you know? I worry about that sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, the diaper in the fitting room, ha ha ha. My coworker's like, that sounds like Lyra. Hopefully that never happens. Me a little sleepy. Oh yeah, earlier. That would be like, I don't know what I would do. Just walk into work one day and it's like, oh, are you Lyra? Are you Lyra Mitsuki? And I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. Like, I always like imagine in my head how I'd react if someone asked me that, because I'm a small streamer. I don't think most people that I know in my life are gonna be like, oh, I just happened across this streamer purely by chance, and they sound just like you. And it's like, you know, that's not probably going to happen, but I'm like, well, what if it does? I gotta be prepared, you know? It's like, oh, are you Lyra? No. Who's that? I'm not a Catgirl. I didn't mention a Catgirl. Oopsie. But oh yeah, Zoe, earlier I was like working on some stuff for this stream, like the thumbnail and whatnot, and I just hear outside my door just like like those weird cats, those weird sounds that cats make. And I just looked over at her, she's looking at me like, how dare you tell everybody? And she does that before she's about to throw up, so I already knew it was happening. So I was like, I'm just gonna leave her outside the door so she doesn't come in my room and puke all over the place. So I thought she was done afterwards. My mom lets her in. And then, you know, she's sitting on my bed. I'm like, continue doing my stuff. And then she's on my bed and I just hear, and I hear the sound cats make before they're about to like throw up. I'm like, no you don't. And like I was trying to move so quickly to get her on the floor, but it also felt like I was moving in slow motion. Like I was like, no. She's right beside me. Yeah, but there's a chance. It could be a low chance, but it's never 0. Or like the possibility of like someone walking, hey, do you know what a VTuber is? And like I could say yes as a fan, but like, you know, or like the idea that someone would be like, oh, you know what a VTuber is? Oh yeah, I like VTubers. Have you ever seen this one? It's just me. I'm watching my own video and I'm just sitting there like, oh, wow, I've never seen her before. Like I think about that sometimes. And like not in the sense of me just being like, oh, you know, I'm so popular. No, I'm not popular, not in the slightest. It's more of a, oh my gosh, what if that happens? Ah, sort of thing. You know? But hopefully that never happens. Hopefully nobody at my work is just like, hey, oh snap. Sorry about that. I don't know why that's still set up that way. I set it up so that it's no longer like that. Oh, it's because I changed colors. Wait. Oh, it's still doing it. What the heck? I removed it because I didn't want to, like, spook anyone who doesn't like knives, but apparently it just reappeared again, so I'm gonna have to fix it again. Sorry about that. I had, like, removed the knife so it's like a hand toggle instead of like a knife toggle. So, sorry about that, everyone. But yeah. Apparently we work on the 4th of July. So a part of me was kind of like, you know, like. But, you know, I only work a small shift that day, so I don't really mind, and I kind of really do like my job. Like, excuse me. I don't know what it is, but running the register is weirdly satisfying. Whenever I, like, successfully do a transaction on my own, I'm like, yes, I did it. And at one point I was like, I did a UPC lookup all by myself. Because, like, sometimes it's kind of hard for me to focus, and sometimes, like, someone's telling me something and I'm trying so hard to focus because I know it's important information, but at the same time, it's like, part of me finds myself not properly absorbing what they're telling me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, please tell me I'm going to remember this and I don't have to keep asking them over and over, you know? But it worked out. I got it down pretty quickly for the most part, so that's pretty good. Alright. I think I'm going to end this stream here for now. Thank you guys all so much for coming. Today we learned that you may find a diaper in your local dressing room. Proceed with caution. Alright, thank you guys all for watching. Have a good day / night. And I'm not sure when I will see you again on stream. But I will see you again sometime. Alrighty, I tried to say everyone and guys at the same time. Every guys. Bye every guys. Be safe. Have a good day / night. Bye every guys.